look at our daily average signups from 2019. They were 15,500. Already in the first phase of the lockdown, we experienced a 10% bump compared to this 2019. Actually, if you look at the last 30 days, we're now at a 40% bump compared to 2019. We have slightly over 22,000 daily signups for Ashley Madison. So it seems that, and I think we're still just at the beginning of the second wave, so I think this will continue exponentially, and clearly more and more new people are hearing about us and signing up to Ashley Madison. So obviously we're filling a need that more and more people are experiencing. And I think it will be very interesting to see what the both short, midterm, and long-term effects of this pandemic will be on the relationship models, the understanding of marriage, the understanding of monogamy, and I'm sure that our experts have some really interesting points and experiences to share there as well.
We have 3 types of needs as a couple: to feel loved, safe, and desired. And if one of these needs are not covered, you will look from them outside. And for me, the positive consequence or the therapeutic component of cheating a lot, like decrease the conflicts at home. You value more the positive aspect with your couple, increase satisfaction, and being able to fulfill sexual fantasies and erotic desires, improve self-discovery, variety, improve your sexual life, increase your happiness as a human being, and feel alive and recover the passion.
And it makes me personally question, what the future of infidelity is, what the future of monogamy even is, especially when so many people are having that incomplete love, and reconsidering what that means, especially when most of us have infinite time to think right now. So I'd love to hear just from everyone, how y'all think that the pandemic will change cheating forever and change monogamy forever.
People are discovering that you really do need a tribe, like you need a village to make relationships work. And I think people are finding in the pandemic and in the lockdown that it's not okay to feel isolated. The depression and anxiety that's caused during the pandemic is because of the lack of relationships, the lack of people and support systems. That's what we miss the most. And so because of the financial stressors and the emotional stressors and the lack of support systems, people are bringing more people into like their COVID families, if you will. And like Christoph has said, the increase in infidelity shows us that we need to have more people in our lives for our sexual needs. We need more support systems. We need people to help us with our kids. We're going to need people to help financially. So the more adults you have in your life, the easier life's going to be. So if we move into a more village system where we might have multiple partners, but everybody's on board, life's going to shift. And as we form those more tribal sort of relationships, the future of how we define monogamy and fidelity into sort of a more, maybe a polyamorous, it's going to shift. It's only inevitable.
We had a very interesting thing here in the UK very early with the lockdown situation, where there was a big debate about whether you could meet up with someone to have sex if you weren't in the same household. So everyone's locked down, but maybe you've just started going out with someone. And one of the chief health advisors was actually asked in one of the very early press conferences, what should people do if they had just started going out with someone? And she pretty much said, well, either you should move in together, but probably split up for the time being, because we don't really want you all to be having sex. So it was billed really as a ban on sex. It felt very Victorian. It felt very, it felt like a violation of people's human rights, really. And it sparked a debate about what was essential. If you're going to allow people to have 1 hour of exercise how come you're not allowing them to have sex? Why is that activity so off limits? Well, obviously it's much more intimate than, you know, going jogging on your own in the park. But to what end then? What are we saying about people's mental health, people's capacity to find support in their intimate relationships? It led to a really big debate about how important sex really is in modern life.